went back.
Yeah, I know we use the old English system.
Right.
No, one time back in the late
Okay,
90s.
we're live. Just
Mars.
FYI.
Yes,
hi.
yes. The music just.
For those of you who are unwise enough to leave the sound on, yes, you will have heard the music.
There was a Mars probe that crashed in the late 90s because there was a mix-up between the metric system and the
I am very familiar with that. I was in high school at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't. When I was showing off the gate, I didn't realize we were live yet. Now I'm seeing myself. That's funny.
So hello everyone. As you can see, we are joined by Tavi de Buffes.
Everyone. No one is here because you didn't put a link. Watch link.
Did you even like tweet it? Because then I
I did like just retweeted it actually.
Oh, you
I made
ain't
the
here.
stream last night. I don't know why you guys couldn't see it.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird. So maybe people
Hi,
would look on. So
Joey.
hey, Joey, the industry.
Joey and Mifril.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get like a few reviewers or something like that. That's fine though, because like I bet like most people would like that watch us will join us. And I think actually many people that like also follow us. Oh wait, I now realize. Oh wait,
I
also
have
got,
a
like,
very important question.
Sure. Yes, go ahead.
What's the
But-
gender-neutral term for girlfriend, boyfriend?
Partner.
partner.
No, I don't want partner. I want a
Spouse.
gender-neutral
That's the one that has picked up steam.
term
And
with
is-
Hang on.
friend.
Harr!
Something friend.
Squish friend. Crush friend.
Wolf has input.
Okay.
I like squish friend, but it's very a squish friend. It's very ace.
Harr. I actually recently somehow ended up kind of starting a relationship with the them friend, and they said, can I be your them friend? And I'm like,
Oh,
Okay.
I like them friends.
yes. So Wolfus has a them friend.
Oh,
And that's been making
Yes,
her
I
very,
see.
very happy.
the stream was for some reason scheduled for 3 a.m. I see. I screwed that up.
For some reason, yeah, we all know the reason. You noob.
Because I forgot to change it to 2 p.m. That would do it.
So thank you, Tavi, and so I can say hi, Joey, them friend,
Yes.
because
Hello.
I'm flirting with Joey always.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna leave that alone.
And a wild Tom McDowell has joined us as well. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Thomason.
Wait, is that right? I don't know. We have the Wolfus here, so
Yes,
how do
that
you
was a
pronounce
very
that?
good owl, Tom.
How do you
Okay.
pronounce what?
Awu. How do you pronounce Awu?
I mean, Awu is a bit more jubilant. How?
But that's for the werewolves that are in London, I think.
Werewolves
Werewolves
in
of
London.
London.
I saw a werewolf drinking a soda at Trader Mix.
What a bunch of fucking nerds.
Yeah, well,
Hawu is more the,
werewolves of London.
yeah,
Oh my God,
Hawu
don't
is
yell.
a bit softer and less punctuated. Kind
Yes.
of. Hawu.
And
Okay.
I'll put it in
Yeah,
both
I'm-
chats.
Reading.
I'm
Let
not-
me
I'm not
send you
feeling
a
all that
little
terrific,
heart,
so-
Joey.
Yes. So
Oh, it's a big one.
Woo.
You rip your lungs out, Julie. And I like to see his Taylor.
Is
Disconnecting random parts of the song now.
I mean,
What, Taylor?
segueing from that line of
I
the
am
song,
a Taylor.
absolutely no reason to. Fascists, what do we do with them? And I'm just going to leave it at that.
Them,
Okay?
kill them,
Mess
beat,
them.
beat them up.
You ripped their lungs out, Jim.
Oh, what to do with fascists? Definitely do not give them platform. That's one thing.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, I could. Oh, don't get me started, or you won't get me to rant about what you actually asked me to rant about.
You can rant about whatever the fuck you want. This is not
Yes, you're a guest.
Well
Wolf
managed
Wolf
stream.
says don't platform fascists. They like no matter how much you think, oh, we're gonna debate them and we're gonna show how wrong they are.
No, you don't
You-
debate fascism.
It doesn't actually matter if you prove them wrong. Because
care
debate
nothing.
shit is not about who's wrong and who's right. It's not
Yeah.
about facts. It's not about reality. it's fucking blood sports. It's just
Yes.
people want to see
Mhm.
fucking blood in a
Yeah.
you know, metaphorical sense.
Mhm.
No, I think they literally want to see blood.
real
And
sense, yeah.
by people I mean mostly white boys.
Yes, the
Yep.
white people.
I can't
White
put that on
boys.
Facebook. You'll get a ban.
Oh, you do.
Oh,
I
fuck
actually did get in trouble for like putting white people in something, and it's just like, oh, so I had to put an asterisk in the I or the Y. I would sometimes change it in order for it to be okay. Or sometimes I would just like get in trouble for just saying men as were in
I'm
context.
just avoiding the internet, and I'm fine.
That's logical. That's,
Yep.
Mehmet
I've caught
had
bans
to-
for
to
talking about white people
explain
and
to
men.
me the horse thing today.
Worst thing.
The horse meds thing.
Oh, ivermectin.
Oh,
Because
yes,
that's how long
Ivermectin.
I've been
Anti-vaxxers are taking
away
ivermectin.
from the internet.
And ivermectin is a horse dewormer. And
Yes,
they're
it
taking
has-
that instead of getting vaccinated.
Oh, because Tucker Carlson and one other like Fox News host was talking about like ivermectin and saying, how come the
I mean,
FDA is not
maybe
telling us?
it's worms that
What-
made them stupid.
What is the fucking horse what the hell is that? I saw like a little bit of that and I was like, nope,
Yeah.
nope.
They randomly decided that ivermectin
There
is
is-
making them
Yeah.
uncontrollably shit themselves, among other side
Um,
effects.
Well,
Really?
There is an
Yeah,
option.
dewormer,
It
of
is-
course,
this
it's
is
explosive
going to
diarrhea.
do that.
to treat like intestinal worms,
Mhm.
but in horses.
Well, there
Yes.
there is an off-label use for it in humans. You know, is there anything else in that movie? I don't remember. I remember that in the
There's
pie.
a guy
The
fucking
pie,
pie.
yes, that's what everyone else remembers about that movie because the character heard
Because
that like,
apparently a vagina feels
It's
like
just-
a pie.
Warm apple pie.
warm apple
That-
pie. Yes, that's
I'm
how it
sorry, but
described us.
my vagina doesn't feel like apple compote. I'm sorry, no. No.
There's porn in France.
Is this something we
course,
should have
there's-
had a
there's
content
porns
warning?
everywhere.
I'm
No,
not
no,
sure.
the word, babe.
we always say I'm a
What
nerd, so I don't know these things.
There's porn everywhere.
There's porn
Yes, for
everywhere.
everything.
Well, not everyone knows about like the existence of tentacle porn. I actually informed someone about the existence of that. That was a fun experience.
I
Oh my.
remember. I was there.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my.
But we're like we're so far from the topics.
She
it's
was
a-
very shocked to know that I found it
You found it hilarious. You shocked at it.
appealing.
Yes, that's right. Hey, I thought there was someone that's been like online that like she was that like everyone knows about like tentacle porn, but apparently no.
Yes, it's fun. It's porn with
Jonathan?
tentacles.
Yes. Mhm.
This may come as a shock to you, but a lot of people are only aware of cishet white porn.
True. Yes.
You mean lesbians?
Yeah, they do that too.
Yeah. Lesbians, quote unquote.
Oh, War Corp 666 is just like he is for like gay people and gay people having equal rights
Hi,
because
Valerie.
he watches like lesbian porn.
Actual lesbian porn doesn't come for free. That's something I have learned recently. Don't ask me how.
That's a good point, Marty. As long as it's not custard pie. Yes, exactly. And hello, Valerie. Hello, David Scott. Hello, Joe McClure. Hello, Joe. Everyone. Let's
I
also.
need
the-
to-
the- Tom, yeah, you need to.
I need to rethink this whole being here with you people thing.
Because of the pies.
Well, the whole, yeah, it's just getting. I got yelled at for talking about something that actual right wing assholes do,
What?
and
No, you
and-
got yelled at because you put awful images in our brains.
well, yeah, I have right wing people doing what right wing people
I know,
do.
but I don't want
And
to
now
think
you're
about
talking.
it.
Well, now okay, so it's okay to talk about images of things that we do, like fucking custard pies, or not fucking custard pies, fucking compote pies.
Why?
I'm sorry,
I
I'm
would-
watching
I
too
would-
much heavy.
I
Sure
would like.
says, what about chicken pot pie?
This is the point where I remember I'm a very odd, like I am a kinkster, but I'm also starting to understand just how aro ace I am and why I just don't understand certain things.
Yes.
Besides,
I was
You're a
going to
vanilla
say,
gangster.
I was going to say, we have a guest here, and maybe that'll get us off this weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
no.
Unless you have weird shit, Tabby. In which case,
She's a furry.
Yes, and
Sorry,
furries
yeah.
are cool.
I didn't mean to yell.
I mean, yes, but Jonathan did actually like reach out to me this morning and ask me to rant about something.
Yes.
But, but first, John Palmer, do you have our patrons up? So
I'm
we
just
can,
bringing it up
quickly-
now.
Okay, so we can quickly just thank the people pay us money for us to sit here talking about many different
I am
things.
Tentacle
still
porn.
baffled by that fact.
People pay to hear to talk about tentacle
the
porn.
obvious choice.
People actually give you money for this.
I'm so happy I came today.
So our
All right,
patrons-
so
David
thank
has
you
been
to
rotting his brain
Julie.
with paint thinner today. So.
Are
So
you?
thank you, Julie.
and
For
thank you to
what?
Marty,
Thank you, Marty.
Oh,
Thank you.
We're going
yeah.
through the patrons.
A patron bitch. Okay.
and thank you, Malign.
Maylin.
I'm not- I'm-
Mylin. That's like a Julie's roommate. Okay, so yeah,
Mhm.
yep.
Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you, Eddie. Who
Thank you,
had
Eddie.
a birthday
Birthday.
this past week? So
happy
happy
birthday,
birthday,
Happy
Ellie.
birthday,
Mhm.
And thank you,
Happy
Yo.
birthday.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Yo.
yo.
Who's in the
And-
chat and want to fuck chicken pot pies?
What?
Wait, what?
Our
And
chat,
thank you to the fuck boys.
which is me
Thank you,
and
fuck
like a
boys.
Mehmet who couldn't
Mehmet.
join today. Yes, they were the fuck boys.
And Tim.
Thank you, Tim,
Thank you,
who's
Tim.
I talk our
Tim.
teacher and not in the chat right now, but thank you.
And finally, Von Rek.
Thank you, Von Rock.
Thank you, Van Rek, who hasn't come on the chat for quite a while.
But he's always welcome when he does.
I hope you're okay, Van Rek.
Yes, I really do. We all really do hope that you're okay, Von Rock. So hello and hey, Groundhog 2010, how you doing? So
There is hitting on Tavi.
No, that doesn't even remotely count as hitting on Tabby.
yeah, it's and they're friends. It's definitely totally okay to say that Heavy's cute.
Tabby is good.
And then Floof, I did see your comment about I attempted to make a joke about ISIS porn and head, but that would be a bit too much.
Yeah,
that was a bit too
no,
much.
no.
I don't want to talk about porn that can't consent. That's why the horses
Oh, yeah.
were made me yell. That
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
no.
I want consenting adults in my porn as well. Yes. Can we have that? But
Mhm.
anyway.
Or inanimate objects. I'm okay with that too, even though I'm not into that. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking about the horses on merry-go-rounds and things. I don't know what you were picturing.
Pervert.
Again, I'm not going to bring up what happened in Enum Claw.
I
Is that the guy who died after getting fucked by a
I
horse?
Can you stop? Can we
Yes.
stop with the horses?
Yes, we'll start with the horses.
I've lived in the countryside. Have you ever seen a horse, Ardon? Stop
They're
it.
big.
That's why he died.
Huge.
I'm not even.
Stop it. You. Ew.
Yeah, and dangerous and
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
okay.
change of topic. I don't
Is
know
there
how to
anything
say
else
it.
going on in the world?
Oh, there's always other.
We're withdrawing from the Taliban, and conservatives are criticizing Trump or Biden for living up to Trump's promises.
Yeah, I have an article about Pompeo that talks about what he did, and
He's the one who negotiated the deal that they're not
and
criticizing Biden for.
yeah, and he as the Taliban was fucking up the deal, he was defending the Taliban because he wanted to get out because Trump wanted to look like not an imperialist.
Didn't Trump try to invite the Taliban to Camp David?
Probably.
That was really strange.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, he did. No. Trump had a lot of talks and negotiations with the Taliban as well.
Yeah.
Then,
He wanted, he was trying to do some kind
He
of
recognized
publicity
them
stunt
as very
because
similar
he
to
wanted,
his base.
He wanted a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
The one thing
By
Obama
someone.
did that he could never top.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who,
Yeah,
Trump?
Yeah, Trump did like that. Well, remember, Trump was also in
I'm really
negotiations with-
happy I'm staying away from the internet these days. I swear.
Oh yeah, this is
That's
yeah.
wild.
I'm depressed as fuck, and this is a fair amount of it.
Mhm. It's
Well,
yeah.
I'm seriously considering moving to New Zealand.
Usually it's a good place.
Garrett has offered to house me for the.
What about the French Polynesia?
No, it's a colony. I don't want to go there.
Mhm.
That's true.
I'd like to live there, but
Mhm.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Also,
Also,
it's
thanks
way-
to our fuck ups, it'll be underwater soon.
Yes.
The Polynesian islands, yes. Which that reminds me, across my Twitter feed, people, when you're talking about like a polyamorous piece, you see like an acronym polyam, not just poly, because poly meant for Polynesians, and they have used that shortened term poly for themselves the entire time. So I think it should be fair to like for polyamorous to say polyam, because we can easily know what you mean by polyam, and that can separate the distinction from like the poly.
I mean,
Polynesia.
You should move to Iceland, Julie.
context. No, it's cold. Why? It's cold as fuck. I'm not moving
But
to
they
fucking
do have Bjork.
Iceland.
Yeah, Bjork and ABBA.
Bjork and
Abba is
Monster
not
No,
Icelandic.
Monster and them.
You mean Sweden, dude?
Yeah, I think Sweden has ABBA. Yeah, good.
It's good. Groundhog. Oh, you're from New Zealand, right?
No, you know, when I first heard the term ABBA, I thought it was pronounced ABBA. That's how young I am.
Well, it is
That's
capitalized.
because you're autistic, and we know ABA.
Oh, fuck that.
Yes, fuck ABA.
Oh,
ABA
yeah.
child abuse. Hey,
Actually, I got a bit. Can we just take a fucking hammer to it?
yes.
Yes.
Smash it.
Taffy can only, like I say, for like 30 minutes and more. So I did want to like.
So let's go ahead and let Abby
rant
rant
about
about
like your
her thing.
situation with like a SSI. And so.
Oh, it's not SSI. It's okay. So for me, it's Social Security Disability. They're all managed by the same agency.
Mhm.
The difference is like my friend Lynn Wu is on SSI. SSI is what you get put on if you don't have any work history, and it has all these fucking terrible restrictions. Like you can't have more than $2,000 assets at any given time. The income is a lot less than what I'm getting. And there's the whole thing of if you get married, they're like, oh well, your spouse is supposed to be taking care of you, so you lose your benefits. So
Yeah. I'm on.
disabled people aren't supposed to have marriage equality or something.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
For what it's worth,
Fuck
I was
us.
on SSD. I was on Social Security Disability before I hit retirement age, so I know a little bit about this too.
Mm.
Yeah, you can't take it away. It's like it's Social Security. You paid into it.
Oh, they can take it away.
How?
They take it away
what's
all
been
the time.
happening to me.
Disability?
Yeah, they're trying to take it away from me. And if I wasn't fighting it, then it would already be taken away. It actually was taken away this month, and I had to fight to get it back.
Well, they can take it if you're not disabled.
I am disabled, but they just decided to write on a bunch of piece of paper. Oh, we don't think you're still disabled.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
something.
all right,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm familiar with that.
It goes back
Hi.
to like December of 2020, I guess it was. So this is actually it started before I came out as trans. I was getting letters that was like, yeah, you're due for a review because you've been on disability for a bit, and now we're going to do a review. So I had to fill out all this paperwork, and I sent the paperwork back, and it wasn't until like I think there was like an initial, oh, we don't think you're still this, or no, it wasn't an initial denial. They said, oh, we don't have enough evidence. So first they sent me to a doctor that was like are you even fucking a real doctor? He's like a hole in the wall, like an old crappy dilapidated office that's like somebody threw a few medical things into to get like, it was actually a really fucking horrible exam because it's like he full on did one of those exams where they ask you to strip down to your underwear. I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't had one of those since I was like, what, 12?
I don't remember ever having one of those.
And just be like, oh, well, your joints were, so what he sent back is, oh, well, your joints work. That's it. And they sent back, oh, we don't think you're disabled because this doctor says that, well, oh, you're in a lot of pain, but your joints work. So it's like, so my joints can do this. So because I can do that, they say because that's enough.
Ah, fuck. My internet fucked out. Yep, my internet fucked out.
Yep. Same.
Meanwhile,
I really sympathize.
Yep.
Yeah. You're gonna have to repeat. My internet connection crapped out in the middle of your thing. You said because your joints work, therefore.
Joints work. Therefore,
disabled.
according to disability, it's like, oh, well, you're in a lot of pain, but you have mobility in your joints, so you're not disabled.
So fuck you if you are crying from pain every time you move. You're going to work, bitch.
See, here's the fucked up thing. With the way my body works, with the fibro and all the other crap going on with me, I managed to get through that exam with the doctor poking and prodding and like moving my limbs around and all this other crap.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were disabled for the rest of the day.
Correct.
Unable to move. Mm-hmm.
I think my wife and I had to drive. We had to pick up a prescription. I had to endure that. And then I went home and I curled up in a ball and I tried not to cry for the rest of the day. I think I failed at that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like for me, the pain of stuff like that, it takes a bit to set in and then it sets in hard. But it's like I can go through up to so much and then I crap out. So like a quick exam is not going to show that because it's like, oh, here, poke, prod, get out the door. So they don't see what I'm like a couple hours after that when I'm completely useless at that point. And it's really frustrating. And then they sent me, so they were saying that, and then they sent me to their psychiatrist. And their psychiatrist, like, so I've been having a lot of trouble just staying on task, doing things like I'm talking to a therapist about this, and we're starting to wonder if it's something in particular. Like I keep spacing out in like the middle of basic tasks, like say going in the kitchen making a sandwich. I'll end up spacing out and pacing around and going like, what the hell am I doing? And that happens to me a lot, that I just lose track of everything. And the pain makes that worse. I'm starting to think that might actually have been a thing that's always been a thing with me, but I was doing things in my life that were helping me to cope. Like I had a job where basically my job was to get up, walk around on a routine, and then write down when I did the patrol. And I didn't have to interact with anybody. And if I spaced out a bit, nobody cared because nobody was around. That was security work. So basically walk around, you lock doors and you turn lights off. But like, especially with the pandemic, it was like first it was, I was having a lot of trouble focusing and I knew I was put on morphine for 2 years and I had to fight to get off of it.
It doesn't work for fibro. Why?
No, it doesn't. It fucking doesn't.
Sake.
And I get really fucking frustrated sometimes in disabled spaces because I get shit for saying
opiates
that
don't
morphine,
work for fibro.
Well, it's like I get shit from in disabled spaces for saying that morphine fucked me up because like, oh, but you're making it harder for people that it helps. I'm like, so I don't get I don't get to talk about how
it helps a lot of people, but not people who have
it doesn't
neuropathies.
It doesn't.
Wheelchairs help people who can't walk. Therefore, people who have cancer of the ass need to be in a wheelchair. One solution works for everyone, is what I'm saying.
No.
You're being sarcastic then.
A little bit.
Yes. The thing is, it's hard to be recognized as disabled when you don't use a wheelchair.
And this is what Wolfie's cane.
Yes, I have a cane too, but mine is not as pretty. Well, it's pretty, but not in the same way.
Okay, everybody shut up so I can see Tabby's cane. Say
this
Tabby.
Originally, so way before I ever knew I was going to end up disabled, I was doing odd jobs and I had a neighbor who paid me to clean up a lot of stuff on her lawn. She had like a great big giant ornamental bush. In the middle of the ornamental bush were a couple of oak saplings. And she paid me to go basically wiggle my way into the bush and cut them out. Here it is.
All right.
Doesn't it hurt your wrist though?
What?
Doesn't it hurt your wrist?
Okay, because I don't put my weight, I don't actually use this to support my weight.
Oh, okay.
For me, this is largely about with whatever the fuck is going on with my spine, because I'm actually got a prescription here for X-rays. I gotta need to get new X-rays because it's been years since I've had X-rays and MRIs in my back. I've got a whole bunch of problems with it, and they always come up with different problems and different diagnoses every time I get.
Don't you have spondyloarthritis?
No, I don't have any form of arthritis. I've had a lot of doctors say that they very much so believe I probably have Ehlers-Danlos, and I've been fighting them to be like, can you stop saying probably, maybe, and actually do some diagnostic work? So
especially since Ehlers-Danlos does have a genetic test to be diagnosed now.
Which the trick is getting it covered, which is not.
Yeah,
I need to be like, okay, just figure out what it is. And then let me harass Social Security, or not Social Security. Let me harass Medicare about it. Like, prescribe the damn test. Then let me take the prescription and harass Medicare about it. And then if Medicare says no, if I have to fucking go, like, I've had friends say, well, how much is the fucking test? I'll just pay for the fucking test. And I told the friend, well, it might be a couple $1,000s. I don't really want you to pay that. But you know what? If I've got friends that are willing to do that, maybe I should just do it. So
wait, how much is the
have
test?
I tried? No, I stay the fuck off Reddit spaces. How much what?
How much is the test?
I don't know, but like I had a rheumatologist say, oh, it's not going to be covered and it's going to be several $1,000s.
What?
I don't know whether or not that rheumatologist knew what the fuck.
Okay,
he was
no,
talking about.
honestly, it's the US, I believe it.
It's yeah. So it's like I do not fucking know. So I'm trying to figure out how to
maybe ask around. So
that's what I've been
it
doing for a
founded.
while, and I keep having
Because
doctors say they're not even interested in trying to do the
There's
research.
yeah, if you pay for
Like
them,
I saw a rheumatologist last winter,
yeah,
and he's like, oh, it's not even worth trying.
fuck him.
But that's
If
what
you
I
can-
keep fucking running into, because I keep having these doctors say so.
no, I know,
nobody
I
cares
know.
about seeing my fingers dislocate a little
I
bit,
know
right?
what it is.
Mhm.
If your fingers dislocate, yeah, be tested for Ehlers-Danlos, babe.
Right. And it's not just my fingers, it's my toes. My elbow goes back a little further than it should. My knees pop out and my knees go back inward more than they should. And like my
Yeah,
back
groundhog.
constantly-
Try being a girl or trans.
Or
Yeah, I
be
know.
a person of color or and fat too as well.
Yeah.
So,
Because groundhog says trying to get doctors to do their job anywhere in the world is hard. Yes, it's even harder when you are in an oppressed category.
That's
I
what
actually had
says
a
to go to
doctor
UK.
misdiagnose me right off the bat with ankylosing spondylitis, and he did a bunch of chiropractic stuff to it. And then I found
Ankylosing spondylitis is a kind of arthritis, and it's not treatable with chiropractic.
No, it's not. This guy
is-
was not qualified to diagnose ankylosing
No.
spondylitis. He shouldn't have done that.
No. You need,
Nothing's treatable
yeah.
with chiropractic. It's not medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
the chiropractors they do not see sick
Valerie,
people.
you have psoriasis, but psoriatic arthritis is the one related to psoriasis, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And I got at one point one point in my whole disability figuring out what my diagnosis.
Oh, you are trans, groundhog. Sorry,
No problem.
I
Groundhog,
assumed.
can I just say
You were
your
cis.
usual name in here? Is that okay?
Groundhog is a friend of ours, yeah. But like, if Groundhog,
Yeah, but he will say if you
She
is
will.
okay.
she will
she-
say if it was.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I
No
had it all wrong.
Groundhog is old friend.
problem.
Groundhog, can I use your regular name in here? I don't know if you have it set to Groundhog in here. So I can tell him. Okay, but yeah, so they sent me to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist
Yep.
does this whole thing where where she does this whole thing. She's like, oh well, I'm gonna tell you a number that's 5 digits, and I'm gonna ask you what it is in 3 minutes, and that's how they decide whether or not you're having issues with memory and staying on task. And it's like,
Nothing
to do with-
Mhm.
yeah.
She said yes, Tavi.
Yep.
You can
So,
use her name.
Groundhog's regular name is Paige.
Hi, Paige.
That page.
Page, like a page.
Yes.
Paige's cute witch girl.
Yes.
Like Jimmy. No,
No.
And bruh.
Like, it ain't
with
Paige.
an I.
Yeah, pay for
Yes.
the eye. But anyway, yeah. So
Yeah, Wolf is trying to ramble because I only have like 20 minutes and you asked me to ramble.
rent. But yeah.
So they sent me to this psychiatrist and she did a whole bunch of stuff, and it was those reviews with the psychiatrist because she just sits there and she reads off a script, and it's all really fucking dehumanizing, depersonalizing, and it's not fun.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know, Scarlett. But she wrote a bunch of stuff. Okay, so she
Sorry, Scarlett made a funny joke.
oh,
Paige
ha,
is
ha,
very
ha.
well
Well
read.
Ha ha ha. She wrote a bunch of stuff down in the report, including I originally was a little upset about it, but I guess it makes sense. She just like out of that one visit diagnosed me with major depressive disorder.
One visit?
One visit. I later
Fuck
discussed it with
her.
a therapist and was like, and the therapist was like, you do have symptoms of depression and that you're talking to me about, and nah.
Of course you have depression, you have chronic pain. How could you
Mhm,
not?
Chronic,
For
chronic
fuck's
pain,
sake,
and the
after
chronic
t-
pain is
oh
also
my
very isolating
God.
because I'm stuck here and like I don't get out much.
I wonder why you're so
Um,
depressed when you're in pain every second of every day of your life.
And the other thing, like she commented about a bunch of other stuff. Like apparently I don't make a lot of eye contact in person, and I was like, when I finally saw it, by the time I had finally saw the report was after the point I had started doing more and more research with my friends, and finally realizing and coming to the conclusion was like, oh wait, Tabby's autistic. She doesn't make eye contact very well. Also, sometimes I talk in third person and I don't always mean
It's
to.
almost as if you're autistic.
It was like that, and there was like some other comments in there that it was like okay, so basically she's pointing out that
What
I'm
peaceful psychiatrist was that?
Mhm. So
one that the benefits of like a government agency wanted you to see, essentially, right?
right. I don't have a regular psychiatrist yet. I'm considering getting one because my therapist and I have been talking about some things that we might need a psychiatrist for, maybe, but that's a whole other rant.
Mhm.
I finally actually found it. Oh, I actually found a because I needed somebody to write letters because I've been trying to figure out if I can get gender confirming surgery. Somebody who not only is very very queer positive,
Stop it.
but he's also a fan of the social model of disability and of the the neurodiversity concept.
Nice.
That's hecking lucky. Unfortunately, Medicare won't pay for him, but he has like a sliding scale, and I'm able to pay something I can afford for it. Okay, so like they put me through all that. They had me go through all this shit ton extra forms, and then I had to do all this stuff with a whole bunch of calls with this hearing officer, and then she started going, well, you haven't seen this enough. There was all this trouble with her getting info from the right doctors, and then later I found out she was calling the wrong places. Finally get the phone hearing. So this is supposed to be the hearing to decide with her at that level. You get a hearing officer. It's not a judge yet. It's a hearing officer, and she's supposed to ask you a bunch of questions, and then she gets to make a report where she says whether or not she believes you're disabled. And then she kept pulling all this gaslighting shit, like, oh, I'm your friend and I'm here to help you. She kept doing that, and I kept telling her not to, and made for very contentious situations. Also, very contentious situation is like over the course of that, because they need to know what medications I'm on. It comes up, well, why are you taking, estradiol and spironolactone? I'm like, hi, I'm trans. My name is Tavi. I go with she, her. Acknowledged once and then never again. I was just kind of pissed off about that. I did. Okay. Dive with the free counsel. Like, let's stop you right there. Gabapentin. I have actually been put through a fucking battery of drugs for fibro.
Gabapentin is shit.
Gabapentin, it helps some people. Gabapentin gave me dramatic, over-the-top mood swings that terrified
Have
everyone
you
around
tried
me.
pregabalin?
I might have.
Like Lyrica?
Oh, no. That
Doesn't no good for you?
that one caused me to be stumble everywhere, barely able to stand, and slurring all of my
They
speech.
started you with a too high of a dose. That's why.
I don't know if it was the dose or it was just okay. So, but the other thing is, I had like a whole bunch of different drugs tried on me.
Yeah.
My body seems to overreact to just about every medication.
When you have too many, it's Lyrica is pregabalin works very well for me, but I know it's not the case for everyone. Are you on antidepressants or not?
Antidepressants fuck me up.
Every one of them?
I don't know, but I was put on a whole bunch of them through.
Because there's one that works very well for fibro.
Lido, I know you're trying to help. Wolf has been put through a whole bunch of medications, and she doesn't want to do it anymore. Because I have a whole bunch of traumatic experiences with that, and I have.
But you're in pain, and it makes me sad.
I know, Lido. I'm taking something called Savella, which in the U.S. gets prescribed for fibro. It is something that modifies neurotransmitters.
Yeah, is it?
And it does actually help me.
Oh,
so
nice.
Like I went through a whole bunch of those drugs that do get commonly prescribed for fibro. I went through like 6 of them. A lot of them messed me up, and eventually we found the Savella.
That's cool.
And it actually
I'm happy
does
for
help.
you then.
And then I also have meloxicam. So like Savella helps with what like I was with like fibro. I was getting like all over crushing sensation kind of pain that felt like phantom pain. It was like this weird sensation of pain that was pain, but also like my brain telling me the pain wasn't real while it was telling me it was pain. It was
I know which one you're talking about.
The Savella helps with that symptom for me.
Oh, that's nice.
And then the meloxicam helps minimize and put off. The meloxicam's just an NSAID. I get sharp stabbing pains up through my back, and I still get them with bad weather, and I still get them if I overexert myself.
I have NSAIDs too.
Yeah. Before that, they were just throwing morphine at me, and that was fucking
up. That's shit. Yeah. Well, I'm happy you have something that helps, even if it's marginally helping.
But yeah, I have things, and I have other things I do for pain and stuff, and so so for living as I live, I have a whole system worked out. After several years of going through all kinds of fights, all this started back in January of 2014 / December 2013, January of 2014. So I've been going at it for a long time. It took me like until 2018 or something. Yeah, till 2018 before I actually got on benefits. And that's a quick turnaround. So, but yeah, they put me through all this. She did this whole hearing crap. Then she asked at like the end of the hearing if I wanted to have, like somebody who knows me well give a witness statement. So I handed the phone to my wife. She had to swear to tell the truth and only truth and nothing but the truth, and do the whole formal thing and answer a whole bunch of questions. And she stayed on the phone with the hearing officer and gave a witness statement. Then several months later, because they make you wait for the decision, we got her report back saying I'm not disabled. They cut the benefits off. I had to fight to tell them that I want to appeal this to a judge, and they cut the benefits off first, and then I had to get all this paperwork like rushed out with like a whole new battery of what I'm doing in terms of seeing doctors, and all this other paperwork filled out all over again. Like snap, they send you a thing and say, oh, you have to get all the like you have to get this sent to us 10 days from when we sent it, and of course I don't get it until 5 days after they sent it. Or we're going to cut the benefits off. And of course, then there's no way it can get in the mail in time, and there's no way I can have the time to do it. And so I missed out on my check for August. Luckily we didn't miss rent, but only because there's like a state mandate that like previously landlords could refuse to allow you to use a credit card to pay rent. Now in New Jersey, they can't. They legally cannot refuse to take that. So we ended up having to put it on the fucking credit card. So yay, more credit card debt. And then go through all this back and forth with people on the phone over Social Security, which is a pain in the ass. And it's still like my paperwork's there. I've been talking with this one guy who's working on it, trying to figure out what the heck it is with the system to get the August payment sent, because it's already been approved and I'm approved to be back on Medicare and stuff. And at the same time, I'm now waiting for a judge. And so like, what happened with the hearing officer crap, she put in so much crap in there. Like one of the key things was she claimed that no witness statement was given. So my wife Kitten gave a witness statement to this hearing officer about my condition, and she wrote down on the report as a legal document that no witness statement was given. This is just one of like there's a whole bunch of other crap I found on there. Because it's like in certain parts she's going, oh yeah, like she wrote down that, oh well, we can't tell what Tavi's if Tavi can go back to a previous job because we don't know what Tavi's previous jobs are. I hecking put down on my paperwork all the time what my previous work as Social Security guard was, officer. And she's like, oh, well, Tavi, she actually wrote down on the report that I haven't worked in the past 15 years. I last worked in 2014. Like when I say like all this started in like January 2014, that's when I started having really serious bad pains, injuries, an emergency room visit via an ambulance. And then I tried to go back to work after that. And I kept pushing to go back to work until I full on, I hit a point I had to call my boss and go, I can't move from my bed for the pain. Yep. I can't come into work and this isn't working anymore. I have to. If
you're on SSD, they have your fucking work history and your income. They have it.
But she wrote down that she didn't know that so she couldn't make any comparisons to whether or not I could work previous jobs. Like, oh, there's no previous work history. Then there was a whole bunch of other shit I could go over, but I don't have the report in front of me.
Yeah.
Well, she also wrote, oh well, the psychiatrist said that Tavi has major depressive disorder, but this hearing officer, in this hearing's officer's opinion, the claimant's depression is not severe. She's not a fucking psychiatrist.
She's not a doctor. Fuck her, and I have.
Yeah, and then she's like, and then she did other weird shit. Like, so I've been diagnosed with Raynaud's syndrome as like another thing that's been going on with me, which is like earlier I was wearing these on my hands because they get cold and then they hurt, even though it's summer.
Yeah, plus they're cute.
They are cute.
They are very cute.
And particularly in the winter with the cold, my feet get cold. They swell up and they turn all kinds of ugly colors, and it causes really fucking intense pain on top of everything else I deal with. And I'm not kidding. This is how I'm going out in the summer all the time. Because even in the summer, my knuckles and everything get chilled, and then I have intense pain in my hands, and that makes it difficult to do anything, and it's just miserable feeling. But if I do this, I'm relatively okay. It manages it just fine. And like people will comment, I go outside, I have like a cute pair of soft boots that have a nice lining inside. They're not overly warm, but they are warm. And I've been wearing those as shoes all summer when I go out. And people are like, why are you wearing stuff like it's hot? I'm like, I've got something going on. And like my feet get remotely chilled and they swell and they have pain. But
yes, Scarlett says cold is pain. Yep.
Yes, cold is pain.
Yep, cold is the worst.
So she put down on the report that I feel like I have Raynaud's because my feet swell up. On one part of the report, I have an actual diagnosis. Like I went and I double checked my doctor's notes. God. My doctor has written down in my notes that he diagnosed me with Raynaud's and then sent me to a rheumatologist who confirmed the diagnosis. So it's two medical professionals have confirmed that this is an additional condition on top of all the other crap.
Sue that bitch.
We're probably not allowed to in the US.
You need money.
I'm probably
to sue
not
people.
allowed to. But the fact, I need to get an advocate of some kind. So I don't know how I'm going to do that because, okay, so like when you apply for Social Security and you go to a judge, part of the reason I'm realizing why it's so hard to get a lawyer early on is so Social Security lawyers get paid out of your back pay up to $6,000 maximum. So until they can get that $6,000, they don't want to take a case. And I think that's a lot of why people end up fighting for longer because they keep getting turned down by judges, or not by judges, by lawyers.
Yeah, I had a social worker who works in this area help me for that same process. So a social worker might be easier to.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find an advocate because this time around I have no money for a lawyer, and the system isn't going to pay because there's no back pay to pay them out of. That's how they do it. It's not like it's like because they like even run into people, they phrase as,
yeah, it's
oh, but Social Security pays for it. No, Social Security doesn't pay for it. It gets taken out of money that would otherwise be owed to you. It's just you didn't have it in your hand yet. So like when I finally got my disability benefits, I got like $40,000, and I end up going through a lot of it because Kitten and I were separated. I gave 20,000 of it to Kitten to clear up a bunch of debts and help out with a bunch of other crap. I spent a lot just getting my life back in order. I paid off my student debts. I paid off a bunch of other random debts I had. We cleared up a fuck ton of debt. We got a down payment on a car. We got all these thousands of dollar payments on a new apartment. There was travel involved in getting back together. There was, we had been homeless. We had been through homelessness, lost a bunch of stuff that way. We had another apartment. Shit happened and we couldn't afford to stay together, and there was a whole bunch of mess there. I ended up living in Arizona with a friend. She ended up living with friends. A whole bunch of other stuff with us. So we had to replace some furniture and crap. There was all these other costs associated with moving. And then we were back to, surviving month to month. And we were mostly on top of debt at the time, but like shit has happened, especially with like COVID has made Kitten's schedule wild and caused other expenses to come up. And like some of my appointments, like Medicare, like some of my specialist Medicare charges me a $45 copay. So that adds up, and yeah. So
yay, disability.
Yep. So currently I am at the point with all of that of I'm waiting for August's check to come in, and then I can go and I can pay off some of my credit card, because basically I'm taking the money that I put on the credit card at the beginning of the month, and I get my payment late, and then I'm going to go get some of my credit. Like I have, unfortunately, because of dealing with a bunch of shit, mounted up some credit card debt. In addition to, we have like a car loan and crap. And then I'm going to have to like find an advocate. I don't know when I'm getting the hearing with the judge, and it's probably not going to be for a while. And they do this whole thing, like they tell you like, oh, well, if the judge, if you hit a point where we're not going to let you appeal anymore, we are going to charge you for everything you took out of Social Security. Right now they're saying back to December of 2020. So like when this whole thing when they first came back with this decision, they actually sent me a letter telling them that I owed them $8,000 that was supposed to be paid immediately. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. $1,000.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So
I thought my life sucked.
Yeah, welcome to.
That's not helping. It's like, yeah.
So yeah, Jonathan had asked if I would rant about Social Security disability stuff.
Yeah, that's.
I appreciate it.
I'm usually the one ranting about disability, so I'm happy to have someone else do it. The more voices, the better.
Because like we had our friend Phoenix has like told about like their story. They're not even on SSI or SSDI.
I am not either. I was denied because fibromyalgia is not a real illness, you know.
Joey, the indigenous heretic, as also like has like the difficulty trying to get on disability with the various different obtuse systems as like you describe, as well as like, what is it, the state, is it the county, is it federal, who do you talk to, and no one wants to be the person, just like the people.
And I will say, when it came to like me accessing like some of the people that helped me out and being believed in, I mean, I had to twist a lot of doctors' arms, but there's a lot of white, especially since like this is all before I came out as trans. There was a lot of white privilege in me getting to the benefits even within the 4 years. And like Phoenix and Joey, I know they don't get that privilege.
No.
And that, yeah. That runs into a lot of shit. I do have to slip out though, because I have a prior thing of a weekly. You
hate us. Fuck off.
Well,
you're nice. You just swear a lot.
That's my job. Before you go, Tabby, I wanted to just double check and see how you're doing right now. You went through a bunch of stuff. It's got to be painful as hell. And I'm wondering if as you leave, are you going to be okay? You got folks around for you?
Yeah, I'm ranting. I'm actually going to a D&D game.
Okay, well then fuck off. Here I'm trying to be empathic and concerned, and it's and you got D&D to go to, and I got to stay with these assholes.
Someone and
but yeah, thank you for like it.
Have a nice game, babe. Have fun.
All right, take care, everybody.
Take care.
Good to see you. Take care.
No problem, and thanks for dropping by, Isaiah, too. Sorry you didn't get to like talk much like here, but like next week for sure, Isaiah.
I mean, there's other people with disability stories, and I'm glad he can share his.
She
Sorry, she can share hers, and
yeah,
you know, it's not all about me all the time, so that's always good.
But yet, like your stories about like how you're autistic and like the people you have like experienced on like Facebook or other friends that was like, well, I'm autistic and I was able to like succeed and stuff like that. Well, yes,
and you're white.
well, they would say they're not. Well, no, they're white, but they would say something like, I saved up 15 years from working at a dog kennel picking up dog shit, and I got to start a business, you know, painting seashells.
Good for you.
Hi, Phoenix. We just mentioned to you guys like you just Miss Tabby the Wolf as like she tells like her horrible stories of like SSDIs and like it benefits listeners, which was kind of the topic.
It's amazing how we all have horror stories.
Yeah, Joy.
And when I say amazing, I mean fucked up.
Yes, it is.
It's almost like the system is designed not to work.
Yeah. Well, first of all, it's designed to be complicated as hell, so we don't actually ask for it. Because if we don't ask for it, it's better. But when we do ask for it, oh God. I'm going to have to take a loan to survive this month, by the way. I'm not sure any bank is going to lend me money. That's going to be fun. But I need $1,000 to
survive.
Well, to not put all my money in overdraft fees. There was expenses because I don't have a job and I have a miserable income, but I still pay tax.
What?
Yep.
Because I am own a house with tenants, so
you're
property tax.
Even if I live below the poverty line, I still pay tax on.
Live above the property line, though.
Yeah. 15% of what I earn every month is going to taxes, and 15% when your monthly income is $300 is a lot. but
Mhm.
I don't mind it. I think paying taxes is participating in society, but I wish the percentage was a little smaller.
Yeah. And also just like it should be like a more fair for like everyone else as well, because it's just like yeah, some people get it. It's like well, in this country and
It's only because I'm a property owner, though. It's a particular tax on the incomes on property.
Yeah, exactly.
But we lost a tenant, and I've been fighting with my brother and uncle, so they don't. He's in the hospital and he can't pay rent, so we can't rent the apartment to someone else. And I've been fighting my uncle and brother, so we don't throw him out because I don't want. Yeah, I don't want to evict him. He's in the hospital, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So they are listening to me.
I think
so
you're
far,
violating the landlord's code. You're supposed to be as big a jerk as possible.
Yeah, I know.
I'll see you guys later.
Fucking anarchist.
Later, Isaiah.
I say Isaiah.
Bye, Isaiah.
I'd like to see your tailor.
I am a tailor. That's
So
funny.
is
Oh,
Isaiah.
that's right. You are a seamstress. You like studied to make costumes.
I am a seamstress
You make
and
costumes?
a tailor. I have a tailor diploma.
Nice.
Well, see you guys later.
Later,
Yeah,
Isaiah.
bye,
See you next week.
Isaiah.
Bye.
You too.
So do we have some fishy fashy?
Nope, I spent the
No,
evening watching
it's-
Eddie Murphy movies.
That's okay.
It's written on the description of the video, Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is
There's
it?
no
I didn't see
fishy
that.
fashy
Okay,
because he's a lazy bum.
that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't saw.
But it also
Eddie-
says 2 or 3 a.m. So
Mm-hmm.
it's,
Take it with a grain of salt.
it's confusing as hell.
This just in reported from Variety an hour ago. Ed Asner died at like 91.
Oh, Lee
yes.
Scratch Perry just died too.
I don't know about Liz Scratch Perry actually.
He's a musician.
Oh,
He was a
oh
musician.
wait, that's the drummer for the Rolling Stones.
No,
Right? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
no. He did experimental dub and reggae, and
Oh.
he was kind of it's not my kind of shit, but the guy was
Okay.
kind of a genius. I'm kind of sad he died, but he was old, so very old. Sorry, Tom.
I was going
He
to
was
say.
very
I was
old.
going to say this is. Oh God. Okay.
But
All right.
Ed
Have-
Nasser,
Jesus Christ.
Ed Nasser, he was in
As
the
we all
American-
know, he played the main character in Up.
Yes, he voiced. the
That's
main
all that
character.
matters. Everything else was television, stupid bullshit. From
Oh,
way
he
Every
back in
time-
the day.
was the old guy.
Yes, he
Mhm.
did voice it. Well, because he is an old guy, it's more. But
Nice.
he did a really good job as the voice. Of
I
the main
forgot the
character.
name of the old guy in Up.
Carl.
Yes, Carl.
Oh, and the child, what's his name?
Oh, I forgot the name of the voice
Forgot
guy.
too.
Kevin? No, Kevin was
No,
Kevin.
Kevin is the bird.
Mhm.
Yes,
That's the only
Russell's the kid.
character I remember.
Russell was the
It's
Boy Scout.
bird
What is-
because it's named Kevin.
What is up? Is that the one
Pixar
with the
movie.
house on the
Pixar
balloons?
movie.
The old man,
It
yeah,
is.
the House
Yes,
of Balloons.
the House and the balloons. The House and balloons. That was the
Is that a
Actually,
good-
the old
is that
guy
good?
looks like
Yes,
you.
it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's one of the best Pixar movies.
They definitely the opening sequence was brilliant.
Oh my god!
The guy is getting fucked over by
10
capitalism,
minutes,
so he
10
picks up his
minutes
house
of
and
the
leaves.
movie, I was already crying. for
Yes,
fuck's
exactly.
sake.
It's, me and my brothers were like watching this in the beginning and seeing the old kids like watching the old like an old cereal or something like that. And
Levi
he finally,
Fox in the chat says, "No fishy fashy. Why am I even here?
you're here for us, and we tell you some like interesting
You're
stories.
here for my fantastic accent."
yes, oh,
Fantastic accent.
This
You can't even do it right.
No, I can't. Have
Yes.
you noticed it's less and less present?
Mm,
No, you haven't.
no. The movie Up was like pretty good. It had some inconsistencies tonally, but like not
It's
the
a Pixar movie for children, for fuck's sake.
Well, but yeah, so it's just like it's kind of weird how it went to, like the Heart of Darkness at the last half of the last portion of the film, but still overall a good film. I would say it's not the most totally inconsistent movie I've seen, even amongst Disney. Like Hunchback of Notre Dame, that's a movie with some total inconsistency. Because what was the historical event that was happening around then? The French Revolution or something like that? No, Adam.
You're speaking so fast. I have no fucking clue what you just said.
Oh, it's unimportant anyway.
I understood inconsistencies.
Total inconsistency. Inconsistency is tone.
Oh, in Up?
No, but well, Up had a bit of that because of the last part where Up went to like Heart of Darkness territory. My God, John Brockman, that meme. Oh God, I'm
Nicolas Cage. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Oh,
the come in my mouth earlier when Tavi was talking about the horror story, that was not fair, John.
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right.
But it's kind of interesting how
it's a movie with dogs that talk. It doesn't need to make sense.
Oh yes, exactly. Now Hunchback, I agree.
Doug. The dog name is Doug. Dog. Dog. I just realized it's a pun.
Yes, it is.
Because in French we would say Doug, not dog.
Oh,
Duke
that was kind of Duke the dog.
Okay.
But in that portion where I was speaking so fast, as where I mentioned Hunchback of Notre Dame as in
that movie is no, please.
I like that movie a lot.
Can Americans stop completely eviscerating French classics? You did
Probably
that
not.
to the Musketeers.
No,
too.
you don't deserve nice things. You're French.
That's true.
We did that to Beauty and the Beast too, as well.
No, for real. I was serious earlier when I said, as soon as I can afford it, I'm fucking off that fucking country and I go to New Zealand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
I swear, Marine Le Pen is going to be fucking elected next year.
Oh fuck!
Marine
Le Pen.
Marine Le Pen.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she's going to win the election next year, and I want to fuck off that fucking country. I can't anymore. I can't.
Yeah. That would be like terrible.
And in the countries I can actually speak the language of, New Zealand is the less crappy.
Yes.
So you say you don't like the United States of America, the best country in the world?
What about Quebec or Louisiana? They speak French.
No, they don't.
That
Quebec
being
doesn't
said,
speak
if
French,
I had to go to the US,
speak French. It speaks Franglish.
If I had to live in the US, I think Louisiana would be the ambience that I prefer, not the climate though. I would die in that fucking country.
Well, and the people would probably drive you a little bit nuts.
Yeah, but I'm white. They would like me.
But you're not American sounding. No. So what happened?
So Phoenix says, "Don't hate on Hunchback. My second lesbian crush is in it." Oh yeah.
I don't care. Stop.
Esmeralda was her name, right?
Yes.
The Romanian who was voiced by Demi Moore. And of course, whenever they have like a woman that was like a woman of color, they're more sexualized, even in Disney films.
My lesbian crush is Kida from the Atlantis one.
Oh, Atlantis! That's another good movie.
The girl with the white hair and the tattoo that glows.
Yeah, yes, it is. That is a good movie too. I enjoy Atlantis a lot too, as well.
I'm gonna take off pretty quick, but I was wondering. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the?
Yes, we can. Your beard is getting back slowly but surely.
I sprained my. Well, thank you. I didn't need it, but I appreciate it. I sprained my thumb about 3 weeks ago. And I for like a week and a half, I couldn't do anything.
Yeah, I know.
It was miserable. And I decided, I shave with my right hand because I have electric shaver. but I just I said fuck it to everything for well, actually I'm still saying fuck it to everything for all the reasons, all the things going on in the world that suck so bad. But so I decided just to grow my beard back because I'm vaccinated. The people I care about are vaccinated. If I
And winter is
get
coming.
COVID,
I'm vaccinated too. I have had my 2 shots.
All right, cool. I was going to ask
Yay.
and I forgot.
And
I'm glad to hear.
I just had a little pain in the arm for the day for twice, and that's all the effects I had.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because it can be a little bit worse.
Yeah, I remember
but-
John was beaten up by his second shot.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm fucking off because I'm the last few weeks have been pretty awful, and well, not pretty awful. I just been depressed, and it sucks. So
Me too, babe.
yeah, I know, but you have reasons that are more important than mine, and I so I
that's
feel
bullshit,
bad about
babe.
feeling bad.
That's bullshit. There's
fuck
no
you.
more important.
Hey, Julie, fuck you.
Yes, you too.
And the rest of you, and the rest of everybody in the chat, and go do that.
Go
thing
to
that,
bed, you
off.
fucking old man.
I am old. Fuck
Yes, you are.
Goodbye.
Fuck off. Oh, it's fucking off already. Okay.
Yeah. So it's another part of like a piece of news that is like also like.
Oh my god! Please articulate a little.
Sorry. So
not overly, but imagine you have an audience who English isn't their mother tongue.
Okay. So
Tout temps, Joe.
Tout temps. Okay.
I have no idea what that means, but.
News. I know this happened. I need to read up on. Oh, wait. Something that we mentioned last week about OnlyFans. They have reversed their decision. They're not going to institute the new policy they're planning to roll out in October, which was going to ban explicit content, whatever that means, because they said that.
Yeah, they would have banned all of their content.
Yeah,
the entirety of their user base. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They have like reversed that decision. So good news. And hopefully they've like worked out the situation with their banks and payment processors and payout processors, because that was the big reason that like they made their initial policy change or announced it, as it were. So that's some good news. Unfortunately, some terrible news in that the Supreme Court of the United States, which we should all remember is not a democratic institution whatsoever.
No.
Lifetime
the
appointment.
US is not democratic anyway.
Oh yeah, I agree. But the Supreme Court reversed Biden's eviction moratorium, as it were. So
what's a moratorium?
A ban.
Yes.
Okay.
So Biden extended the ban.
Why don't they call that a ban?
Because
I
it's
don't know.
temporary.
Oh yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So Biden did extended the eviction moratorium until like maybe in the fall or something like that. We keep on extending it essentially as well.
That's nice because in France they didn't do that.
Mm-hmm. But however, the Supreme Court has like ruled block that sort of thing as well. So I'm gonna have to read up on that too. Like
So the guy does something that's not heartless, and the Supreme Court blocks it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's run by howler monkey far right wing assholes.
Yep, it is.
But even before Trump got the 0.3 judges, as were because of like Mitch McConnell just like not holding a vote for like Merrick Garland. Even before that, there was a book that like I haven't read, but like the author talked about it on like Democracy Now! of unsupreme justice or supreme injustice, as were got like since like the 60s or 70s and something like that. There was a right shift of the Supreme Court that we still have not recovered from. Once you got the Anthony Scalia and Clarence Thomas on, as it were, it's have been Republicans who've been like successful.
Well, the Supreme Court has always been a very right wing institution anyway, by design. I mean,
Yeah.
elites choosing elites who then choose the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Your country is fucked up. I mean,
No, I can
more so than mine or others.
imagine.
Because just saying it's fucked up, I mean, Western countries in general are fucked up. But
yeah, exactly.
yeah. New Zealand a little less so than others. That's why I want to go fuck off there. And Garrett says it's okay to house me if I need for a time. So
that's really cool of Garrett to do that.
I just need money for the plane and moving my stuff. So I need to sell that fucking house.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to sell that fucking house and having my teeth redone and fuck off that country.
Garrett also has his second YouTube channel, and a lot of the content is like still up there. So like I do check it out, and maybe eventually he will put up more videos once he gets around to it as well.
I don't even watch videos anymore these days. I'm a hermit. That's not good for me, but I need it, I think, part time.
Yeah, exactly. And New Zealand has recently just got like another COVID outbreak, as it were.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like a week or two ago. But once that happened, New Zealand shut down or like locked down for 3 days, as it were. And I think they said it for like 7 days.
That's twice that they do the right thing.
Yeah, as I have to like ask Paige Groundhog 2010 about like certain details because like she said she's in New Zealand as well. I think
just Valerie, don't the humidity in Scotland would fuck with your body, with your arthritis? Because it fucks with mine. I'm in fucking Normandy and I can't bear it.
I don't know about the humidity in Scotland. I can say the Pacific Northwest, it's like, yeah, we have like 228 cloudy days out of the year and 158 rainy days out of the year, even though the amount of rain we actually get is actually not that much compared to other cities. Houston gets more rain, Chicago gets more rain.
It's not really the rain, it's the humidity in the air that's
right.
The atmospheric pressure changes are killing my fucking joints. I swear that we have I'm not going to complain because last year the heat was unbearable, but with the summer here, it's 25 degrees Celsius. It's like 80, 70. It's really not hot. There are nights where I'm cold. I'm not complaining, but it's because it rains a lot.
Something that the past week or so, actually like Thursday and Friday, I've been like listening to. I listened to an audiobook. I will get around to listening to the audiobooks you sent me of Discworld. I know.
Marilyn asked me to ask everyone if you know websites where we can find books.
Just books.
Just books, ebooks. So I asked you, and I asked the people in the chat.
The Pirate Bay.
There's no access to that in France anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Not surprising.
It's because like we have libraries here that actually do like have like EPUBs that you can check out
that's
as well.
True. I'm not sure there's a library in that village though.
That's a good point. So maybe France's like National Library might have something. Because like I know for audiobooks there's like Livervox, but I'm not sure if there's like a site for like just ebooks of like public domain stuff, as it were.
Not really public domain. Not necessarily.
I don't know. I feel like
I'm not going to say the word, but you know what I mean.
Minecraft.
Yeah, because like I really don't know that as I guess yeah, I can get free ebooks made for free from like Anarchist Library. That's where John Bruckman read Bullshit Jobs Theory, which we discussed last week. But like I'm not sure if that's the thing you're looking for. Libcom.org has some like free books as well.
Are there novels on there?
Fortunately, no. I don't think. Maybe one or two of them. Maybe
I
novels.
think that's the kind of things she's looking for.
Freeebooks.net.
There's also
okay. Can you send that to me in a DM
I literally
on
just
Twitter?
Googled it. Yep.
Yeah, I literally just Googled it. There's open library.
Oh, you Googled it, so it's not something you know.
No,
that
it's
is
just something I
reliable.
Googled.
I personally have not like looked for like a.
I think
site for
she
free.
didn't want to Google because she wanted something reliable.
I know.
Tested.
I know. Okay, so there is a place where I do get ebooks from. Pretty much like it's like its own version of like Pirate Bay. It basically is just like you're downloading copyrighted stuff.
I think you'll like freeebooks.net. Under fiction, they list them. Drama, erotica, fiction, flash fiction.
Okay, that's not for me. But yeah, can you send the link to me on Twitter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because
or to Mylin if you follow her on Twitter. Then
I probably do, but I'd have to look her up. I just sent you the link.
Okay. Thank you, Valerie, but I don't want you to work on my behalf.
I do download a lot of like free ebooks from like Library Genesis. I would just say that. And hey, Culture Shots. Hey, welcome on in.
Hey, Hank.
It's what have you been up to? We're kind of like we're at the half-hour portion of the show. We're just like hitting out to chilling out. What's everyone been up to? I was
half an hour. An hour and a half.
An hour and a half. Give me an hour and a half. I did misspoke a little. The Black Rat Inn has lots of readings as well. The Black Rat Inn.
Black Rat Inn, is that a website?
Let me see if I can find the Black Rat Inn. Because Madeline wants a website
it's
to go
to. It's a YouTube
to.
channel.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
Oh, they do readings. I don't think that's something she wants, but that's something I would want, I think.
Oh yeah. You wouldn't want the audiobooks because like liverbox.com is one that has a lot of great audiobooks.
Nice. That's something that interests me.
And Matthew Datcher, our friend that we had like a month ago, also reads audiobooks too.
Bless you, babe.
Mm-hmm. The first hour doesn't count. I guess when I said we'd only been we're at the half an hour portion of the show, yeah, I guess the first hour doesn't count. Yeah. But speaking of audiobooks, I have been listening to Robert Evans' novel After the Revolution, and I'm listening into the last chapter of it. I quite enjoyed it. It was quite engaging and almost exciting in parts. It's it's a very interesting novel, but it
Which
kind
one?
of After the Revolution, and Robert Evans. Yeah, and Robert Evans has I'm listening to from iHeartRadio's feed basically, so I will get the ads at the beginning and the middle and stuff like that. But I think if you go, I'm kind of to look up right now RT Book or something like that, RT or book.com. Yes. Because Robert Evans does make as his book After Revolution in both in pub form and it's also as an audiobook, free to listen to as it were. Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna I'm at the portion before the downloads. I was that's the EPUB. I want to see if there's listen. There we go. There's a listen. Okay, so I think if you can listen to at that site where you listen, maybe you'll be the ad-free version of it. But maybe you will still get a bit of ads. But you can definitely listen to Robert Evans narrate his novel After the Revolution. And I actually do highly recommend it too. And you can also get it in just individual chapters or chapter chunks or the entire book as well.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm. And Robert Evans is wants to write a sequel to After Revolution, but wants to make that free as well, which is why he's crowdfunding it as well.
That's a very cute unicorn, John.
Yes,
Transcorn. Don't know where I found it.
Trans
Friends
unicorn.
corn. Okay.
Transcorn. Yes, exactly. Trans-colored, main of a trans-colored unicorn. Yeah, Vox.org is like a cool. Yep. That's one. So,
Honestly, I kind of fallen in love with the visual novel format. I think it's really when you have memory issues, which I have because of the meds. The fact that it's short chapters with short text and there's an element of image with it. It's really nice. I've even started reading stories that are not smut.
That's cool. Yeah, I kind of do like the visual novels format, even with like some of the ones that like, well, they're smutty. But no, this one actually has a story that it cares about the telling about, not about like how do these two characters get to the situation that they're in, or three characters, or four.
Yeah, that's a good. I wish there was more accessible and more books that were done that way.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's be honest, it's mostly romance shit.
It in visual novels, yeah, it is.
And sometimes there's other things than romance in the story, but it's romance.
Yeah, that's kind of like the focus of it. Is like, I just had the thought. It's like kind of like, wait a minute, are visual novels now just like the kind of like the romantic trash novels of like the Fabio characters on the cover or something like that?
Yeah,
Just so you know, Chuck Tingle has ebooks.
Chuck.
I don't think Maine wants to read Chuck Tingle's books.
Really? Is that the Bigfoot Pirates Haunt My Balls? That's not.
So this is the Chuck Tinos I have heard about.
I love
Gay T-Rex law firm executive boner. I mean, come on.
That guy is awesome.
Creamed in the butt by my handsome living corn.
Yes.
Have you seen his Facebook page?
I have not.
His Facebook page is amazing.
Chef Willie Mammoth eats my butt.
Yeah, there's a lot of ponded in the butt.
There's a Bitcoin in my butt, and he's handsome.
So I think he was like pounded in the butt by my book about pounding in the butt. I think that was also one of them I heard about.
Yes, pounded in the butt by my book, 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 pounded in the butt by my own butt.
He does a lot of jokes like that on his Facebook with current events and stuff like that. It's very obviously LGBT friendly, but trans friendly and feminist, and it is pretty cool.
That's cool. And yeah, Valerie, YouTube used to have a messenger feature. It used to have a DM feature as well. It was like in one of the
Once upon a time.
Yeah, it was just like years ago. But people rarely use it. So when Kevin Logan actually did receive a message on YouTube with the YouTube Messenger error feature, as it were, it was like, this is so bizarre that I received a message like this, as it were. And it's just like someone who wanted to complain about him, about his stances and like that. Doing in the butt by the butt trumpers in my
that
anthem.
Sounds like a song.
Where playing butt party? Rudolph the red-nosed butt raptor.
Oh my god. Is Scarlett still here? Because we traumatized them.
Oh, Chuck Tingle also does lesbian erotica.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Sentient lesbian jet ski gets me off. The butt of Monte Cristo.
I mean, Mount would also work, but Chuck Tingle's a butt guy.
Trans tinglers, bisexual group tinglers, gender fluid and or non-binary
David
tinglers.
says, love it when the internet connection cuts out and you come back to ponded in a butt by. We're talking about Chuck Tingles, babe.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know who that is, you're missing out.
I have heard about Chuck Tino, but I have not read any of his books.
Follow him on Facebook. It's worth it.
I should follow his like a public Facebook page as well, or because like it's like the little says yeah, there, here we go. Yep, this is the page. Follow Chuck Tingle. He's a guy with the back over his head. I guess so. There we go. There's Chuck Tingle's
There's a
Facebook.
Shira meme I can't read.
Oh,
Oh,
we get it, Adora. You're a
you
lesbian because she's got
okay.
the lesbian.
Yeah,
L.
yeah.
And yet she was lesbian.
I mean, yeah.
not straight.
She is.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
She's sapphic, yes.
which who in that like show was actually hetero? Maybe that's a like a
Well, Bo and
to this
Pirate guy.
Oh yeah, the pirate guy.
Seahawk.
Yeah, Seahawk.
Adventure and Mermista.
They might have been straight. They just didn't have.
That's right. They might have the straight presenting coupling, as it were.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Bo is in a straight presenting relationship with the purple girl. What's her name?
Purple girl.
The
tech
one with the
girl?
flowers.
No, the teleporting girl. Adora's friend.
Glimmer.
Glimmer.
Yeah.
How did I fucking forget that name?
We do have a Discord server, actually. Yes, we do. That's like we barely posted in it, but like if everyone else there is
Doesn't
like
help that I never use Discord.
Yeah, it's a Discord for patrons, though.
That's fair. So just like if you have the ability to, you can donate $1.
Hordak is straight, yes.
Oh yes, Hordak. Yes, right.
Is he even sexual at all?
That's a good point.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
He has a relationship with autistic girl.
Catra?
No, that's
You're the one.
the one with the hair, the princess. Oh my god, I have to watch the show
Yeah,
again.
I have forgotten all the names.
No. We're at
Shira Entrapta.
Entrapta. Yes.
But that's
exactly.
not necessarily a romantic relationship.
We don't know.
Yeah, they don't know. It could be like platonic
I like
as well.
that we don't know though.
Yeah, exactly. It's like because just like it's unimportant, and people can just ship this and what we got the main relationship that we needed anyway of like Ashira and Catra, because if it's easily told, it was like telegraphed from the beginning.
Yeah.
But it was that was also the kind of one of the cores of the shows. Get a Patreon link. It's down in the description as it were, or for our Patreon. Here's our Patreon page.
No, Shira is not Japanese, David. We are going to kick your butt.
There's been several times where I've had to talked about
if it were a Japanese cartoon, Entrapta would have used her hair for some really weird shit.
Yep.
Yes, but they would put up an image instead of to tell you you can't see.
It would have been Bayonetta.
Oh yes, exactly. Bayonetta. That was a good way to do it.
Yes, Bayonetta does shit with her hair.
That's right.
I'm not sure it's a Japanese game though. I don't think
it is
so.
actually. I think it is Japanese games. Platinum Games is the developer of that, and they also does the Nier games as well, and a lot of other games. I'm pretty sure.
I read an article of a dude who was trying to convince everyone that Bayonetta was very feminist.
Because the woman is doing the violence.
Yeah.
I think this is also the same kind of people that think some of Quentin Tarantino's work is feminist because the bride
and also anti-racist.
Yeah. Because Samuel L. Jackson plays in it.
Yeah, it's like
Okay, Japanese in this context means not from Yugoslavia. Okay. Can you stop being a weirdo sometimes, David? Well, no, don't
Our
stop being a
friends-
weirdo.
No, you expect our friends to not being weirdos? It's yeah, Platinum Games is quite good. I'm pretty
Yeah,
confident.
I hated Bayonetta, but
Yes, it is developed by Platinum Games, and Platinum Games is
And Platinum Games is Japanese.
okay,
Yeah.
so that works.
Yes. So the Bayonetta is a Japanese game. Yes, exactly. So what else? What else have everyone else has been like up to?
And working up the courage to call the bank to get money.
Yeah.
New semester, I've been struggling to adapt to a new schedule. It's not fun.
Wait, it's August. Do kids go to school in August in your country?
Yes.
Oh my God! With the heat, that must be hell.
It is. In some places, it depends on where you are. So, because, like, basically,
Shut up, David.
In my school system, Arthur Chain and Nier Automata, I need to play the Nier games like Culture Shots. I heard that they're amazing, and I heard they did some interesting things with the storytelling in Nier Automata too. That's quite wonderful. But like so school districts, yeah, my school district, we started at the basically Labor Day weekend. Before Labor Day, we start school.
What is Labor Day?
Oh, the fake. That's a fake
No,
holiday.
the date. I mean.
Oh, the
September. First Monday in September.
Always the first Monday of September. Yes.
Okay.
So it's not so it's not tomorrow. It'll be like next Monday. Oh, that's right. I mean to get a day off there. Okay. But like but other school districts, some of them start at the beginning of August.
That's awful. In France, July and August are always off for school because kids can be expected to focus
Die of heat.
the heat.
Yeah, but I think for those school districts that like start at the beginning of August, they do like let out before June, whereas like my school districts,
but it's stupid. June is temperatures are fine.
I don't know, maybe because of like the
July and August are the hottest months of the year. June isn't.
Yeah, it's probably something like that as well. Yeah, there's always 180 these school days of the year, and like I would our school, we actually would get out much later than the rest of the school districts.
That being said, your hours of a school day are way less than in France. In France, there's 8 hours in the school day. Kids are in classes until 5 or 6 p.m.
Yeah, we let out at 3.
Yeah, we go from like 8 or 9 to 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's 8 or 9 to 6 in France.
Basically, it's like a 6 55-minute class periods, usually with like 5 minutes of like
here
going
too.
in between, and then half an hour lunch.
Half an hour.
Yep, only half an hour.
That's not a lot to eat.
And remember that the students have to pay for that lunch.
Yes.
Yeah, in France too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it's at least 1 hour. I think it's mandatory because you have to digest a little bit before going in. I think it's more for the sanity of the teachers, the kids themselves. But oh my God, the hour just after lunch must be awful. Everyone must be asleep.
That's from I have actually the last for my chemistry class, I just decided I don't need this to graduate, so I just like didn't do any of the homework and slept through chemistry class. It was like the last class of the day. Hey,
John must be happy, chemistry teacher.
Sorry, John. But even my chemistry teacher just like said, "Hey, Jonathan, since you're going to be sleeping anyway, can you go to the lunchroom to grab some ice from the cafeteria?" Oh, sure, I can do that at least. So I was like, I wasn't given many menial tasks, but that was just like one favor I did for the chemistry teacher.
David says they have to learn how to spell baguette before they are allowed to leave. Baguette is easy to spell, babe. When you
have a random U, an extra T, and an E.
It's not random though. The U is so it's not baguette. Because if it's a E after the G, it's
Not in English. In English,
baguette.
our
I
letters
know,
can
in
be pronounced
English,
any which
you're
way we
weirdos.
want.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the double T means you don't have to put an accent on the E that's before
Mhm.
for it to be A. No, I know. Grammar lessons when I was in elementary school, that was hard. French
Oh.
grammar is stupid, and spelling comes from grammar. That's why the spelling is stupid too.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
my language is stupid, but I own it. You don't own the stupidity of your language.
Because
We
our
don't.
language is good and simple, and Jesus
No,
spoke it.
no. Rough.
No, Jesus spoke
Though
it. Therefore.
that
Therefore.
no.
Therefore.
I think Jesus spoke Aramaic if he was a real person.
Yes, Aramaic.
I'm on the side that
Then why is the Bible written in English? Okay, Jesus.
No, it
duh.
doesn't.
it was
doesn't mean little
translated?
green. David says baguette mean little green bag.
I'll also
Why
say
green though? I understand why someone would think baguette is a little bag, but why green? That's oddly specific.
For a second on it said grandma lessons and not
Yeah, sorry.
lessons and grandmother lessons could be the same thing depending on grandma.
I'm tired and my pronunciation is suffering.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just I'm scrolling through the like Google News right now as where and hopefully people in like Louisiana that like Hurricane Ida like goes up well.
Yes, my grandma.
My grandma and your grandma sitting by the fire. My grandma said, your grandma gotta light your flag on fire.
Hey now.
Hey. Anybody not conscious during the 80s is now confused.
Yes.
I mean, if you have seen Rain Man, no, is it Rain Man?
Probably.
Well, there's this song in Rain Man, I think.
Didn't see that movie.
Well, it's the movie that makes everybody think that autism means you
have
counting
genius
cards.
syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a dude.
And that movie was based on a real person who was not autistic.
Yep. I'm not clicking on that link, David.
It's probably a link to a song as we're.
And now I have Aiko in my head.
So let's see. Let's say I'm scrolling through like a good news. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, like there's cases of COVID, Delta variant, and like U.S. is going to like stick with like an 8-month like timeline for
France
booster shots.
is still. It's still a shit fest with COVID here.
Do you have like the lockdowns where it's like you have to be in like your homes by 7 p.m. or something like that still?
No, there's no curfew anymore.
Okay.
But for the summer, they have allowed people to not wear masks in public venues. And shut up, David. And so there have been more cases, a case resurgence. So who would have thought that allowing people not to wear masks was a bad idea?
Yep, Washington State has like instituted the mask mandate again. Then I just remembered later on if the movie is still going to happen, probably will. We're going to see like a movie, Lupin the Third, the First. Yes, that is confusing. That's a word. The Lupin the Third is word. There's been several Lupin the Third movies as well and TV shows too. And it's like, which jacket? Lupin the Third, comic book thief with like he either has a red jacket.
He's a bunny rabbit who steals things.
Oh, Lupin.
Yes, that one.
It's a French character. Have you defiled that too?
That was Monkey Punch. That the McGuckin.
Oh my God. I've read all the books when I was a kid. That was books that were written at the beginning of the century.
Yeah, there's been like several movies, sometimes one with a green jacket Lupin, one I think this one's going to be a red jacket Lupin, a couple of TV series as well. I think also Hayao Miyazaki also did a movie called The Castle Cagliostro, which is Lupin the Third story as well, with green jacket Lupin. That's a good movie, actually. Yeah, that's a good movie. In fact, even like
he made a cartoon of Sherlock Holmes with dogs. Miyazaki.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did. It's not. In fact, actually,
that cartoon was amazing.
Also the guy who like founded Pixar Studios, John Lasseter, how he wooed his wife was showing the movie Castle Cagliostro, and so that's why John Lasseter is being a fan of like Miyazaki's work and stuff like that. And
that's not surprising.
Yeah, John Lasseter has been a big fan of like Miyazaki. I think actually in one of the Miyazaki films, DVD extras, you actually see. Oh yeah, that was. You're right, Cultural Arts. That was Castle Cagliostro was Miyazaki's.
Stop being a fat boy, Hank. No, don't. Miyazaki is amazing. His last movie with the planes was crappy, but
The Wind Rises. I like that movie though.
I didn't.
Yes, David. Back to Japanese cartoons. But we're talking about
that's
cartoons.
actually Japanese cartoons.
Yes, actual Japanese cartoons, as it were. It was about to say. Oh yeah. There was a DVD extra. I think it was on Howl's Moving Castle. Yes. Where like.
The grandson. That's hence the third. Okay. Joe says that Lupin.
Oh, so that's
the grandson of the book's character.
Okay, so the Lupin the Third is the grandson of the Lupin character that you know from the French novels. I see. Okay. Creator of Dark Souls is also a Miyazaki. Interesting. So the name Miyazaki has like a magical name in Japan. Yeah, I see. No, but like
I saw what it meant and I forgot.
That's okay. So there was a interesting extra on Howl's Moving Castle DVD. It was like the producer of Howl's Moving Castle, I think, is like one of the other people at like Studio Ghibli. He was planning to visit Pixar as well. John Lasseter knew about that one. Miyazaki's time was coming, but then Hayao Miyazaki also showed up too to play a visit. John Lasseter did not know about that. So when John Lasseter heard about that and like heard that Miyazaki's there at Pixar, you see it on the camera. So John Lasseter's going, "Oh my God, you're here!" And then ran up to Miyazaki and bear hugged him. And you see it on Miyazaki's face. Miyazaki's like, "Oh!"
Loud American's going to attack me.
No, I think Miyazaki was fond of bear hugs.
Yeah, I don't think
he was a grandpa at heart. All of his cartoons were done for his granddaughter.
Exactly. In fact, actually, in My Neighbor Totoro, the 4-year-old daughter, the youngest daughter, was actually based off of I think it's like one of his nieces, actually. But it's like
Tonarino Totoro.
And that's a good point. Culture Shock. Yes, John Lasseter helped the U.S. dubs the movies after
dubs are shit.
The dubs of the Miyazaki movies, they actually also get like a big.
That's my nuanced opinion.
Yes, dubs are shit. That's your nuanced argument, and that's a good point. Like I should mention that as well. That John Lasseter is a creepy prick because he likes to hug people and women.
Aren't they all creepy pricks though?
Yeah, the kind of are. So yeah, John Lasseter had.
I mean, if you don't count the few exceptions, like I don't know, Keanu Reeves and The Rock, aren't they all creeps?
probably is a lure. But a fun fact. This is a weird fact about like My Neighbor Totoro. Most people would never guess it unless they happen to know like the years of like when Studio Ghibli movies came out. My Neighbor Totoro was like a double feature with another film that Studio Ghibli produced and did. Came out the same year as 1988. And you would think, why would you have that as a double feature? Because My Neighbor Totoro is a double feature with Graves of the Firefly.
Oh my God!
Yes, I hope that like you watch Graves of the Firefly first, and then watch.
I didn't know that it was that one, but
yes, because
that,
it came out.
That movie traumatized me. I never ever want to watch a movie by that director ever again.
And yet, I still recommend people do check it.
I know it's good, but yes, we all want a cat bus, babe.
Who doesn't want a cat bus? But yeah, so Ichiro Takahata directed Graves of the Firefly as well, and that came out the same year as My Neighbor Totoro in 1988. So that's why it was a double feature from Studio Ghibli. That's the only thing as well. The Kingdom of Dreams and Madness is a great Miyazaki documentary. Ooh, I should check that out. I think I saw like previews of that. Kingdoms of Dreams and Madness. Okay, I'll check.
My favorite movie of Miyazaki is Nausicaa, though.
The Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. Yeah, that's a good one.
That movie is so good.
Yes, you can still say the dubs are
brutal,
shit.
But
it is brutal. I think the manga is more brutal than the film because I kind of like.
I haven't read the manga, but I mean there are members cut off in the movie, so it's.
Well, that's true too.
Pompoko is really cute, but it's not Nausicaa.
True, yeah. Pompoko is a good movie. Please, people do track down, check out The Tales of Princess Kaguya. That was the last film that Ichiro Takahata did, and before he died, he finished the film as well, but then he died shortly after the releasing that film. So The Tales of Princess Kaguya is a great film. Well done and too. But Nausicaa the Valley of the Wind. I know how you hate dubs, Julie, but Nausicaa the Valley of the Wind with the insect forest. Yes, exactly, Valerie.
Yeah, the insect forest. Honestly, that movie is perfect. I have seen it at least 20 times, and the ending with all the insects. I cry every fucking time. Yep. I swear. That movie. That music. It's perfect. Honestly, Miyazaki is the only reason I don't hate
Japanese
racist animation.
Yeah, exactly. But the dub of Nausicaa has Patrick Stewart and his twitchy mustache as like
Really?
Yes, Patrick Stewart is in the dub for Nausicaa
as the mentor of Nausicaa.
Yes, the guy with the big bushy mustache.
I forgot his name. I haven't watched the movie for a while though, because I only have the subtitled version, and I'm too lazy for subtitles these days.
Yeah.
So I haven't watched a Japanese movie in a while.
Yeah. So let's see. What's my favorite? My first Studio Ghibli movie I know was Studio Ghibli when I watched it was Princess Mononoke. Quite interesting.
Yeah, that movie is so good. Honestly, it's a close second to Nausicaa and Shiro to Spirited Away.
I did enjoy
those three. Are my three favorite movies from Miyazaki.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Are you high, David?
Hopefully, David. Hopefully, you're not really actually smoking paint and thinners. But like, I enjoy Spirited Away a lot. It's hard for me to like pick what is my absolute favorite of them as well, because there's a lot of ones that I like a lot as well.
Purtao is cool too, but Castle in the Sky, but. It doesn't really compete with the three. Porco Rosso is really good too.
I like Porco Rosso a lot. Yeah.
I don't think he did one bad movie, but
Yeah, it's hard for me to pick
I
a
mean,
bad
the
movie.
last one with the planes, I really didn't like, but it really liked the magic I've come to expect from Miyazaki movies.
Yeah, not all of like Studio Ghibli movies are good because there's also Hayao Miyazaki sons, Giro Miyazaki, who did Tales from Earthseas, but not as good. I enjoy it, but I can recognize
Is it
it
his
like
son?
yes, that's his son. Giro
Okay.
Miyazaki was his son. Yeah, exactly. And yes, Joey McClory, Satoshi Kon. No. I would have to like put. I love Miyazaki stuff. I had to put the Satoshi Kon slightly over Miyazaki. If
What has he done, Satoshi Kon?
Perfect Blue, which
Okay.
is
Okay, I know.
and then
I'm not a fan though.
yeah, definitely. That was like one of the first 3 movies I saw that I knew were anime before I started watching. The other 2 being like Ghost in the Shell and Ninja Scroll. Perfect Blue was the
I'm
third
really
one.
not a fan of Ghost in the Shell either, and not Akira either. Sorry.
Akira is very weird. It's a very weird movie.
It's a really good movie, but I didn't enjoy it because I hate the graphic style of the artist.
That's fair. Yeah, exactly. Definitely.
It's about capitalism, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So that's I enjoyed it.
It's always about capitalism with you, Julie. God. Look, sometimes the Muppet Babies are just having fun. It's not always a commentary on the capitalist hellscape. Except Miss Piggy, she's capitalism.
Yeah, exactly. But yes. Oh, the culture shots. Paprika is amazing.
God, he's not going to shut up now.
No, the culture shot's not going to shut up. I'm not going to shut up on Satoshi.
No, you. I was talking about you.
I'm not going to shut up now. Yes,
I know you're a fan of Paprika.
And Tokyo Godfathers is a really good movie. Joe, I forgot who did the dub, but they did the dub recently, and Hana is voiced by a trans woman. Which, yes, because Hana is canonically a trans woman, they just never mentioned it in the movie as well. So, it's nice.
Oh, so they Dumbledored it.
It was the Tokyo Godfathers was made in like in 1994.
That's called queer baiting, John. You don't have to invent a word for queer baiting.
Yeah, Dumbledore was queer baiting for sure. Exactly.
Oh,
but,
yes.
But it was like Hana was in the movie proper was called like the term was drag queen as well. But no, Hana wants to see herself as a woman as it were. So they got trans women to voice her character, and that was like
that's nice. To hire trans actors.
Yeah. See the other
few people do it.
The other movie that like Toshiko did was Millennium Actress. I think that's a really good movie.
What?
Millennium Actress, Satoshi Kon's second movie.
I don't know that one.
I think it's like his lesser known one. Actually, 2 years ago, I showed it to JBJ. I traveled out to Portland to show it to JBJ, and that was the first time she ever like saw Millennium Actress on the theater as well. And at the end of it, she cried. They cried because like she was old.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sensing a theme there.
Satoshi Kon is really effective, like hitting you in the feels. And then
yeah, but I don't want to cry for 3 years after I see a movie. You know.
Yes,
I mean, Tomb of the Firefly was really.
Graves of the Firefly.
It was traumatizing. Oh, Grave, not Tomb. Okay.
The Graves of the Firefly, yeah, exactly. And Culture Shots is right. About 2 years ago, me, Hank, and back when Hank did the Culture Club, I asked Christy Ossity if I could come on to their holiday special, so I can just talk about like
Culture Club.
Culture Club. It was like Hank's thing. I'm gonna type it. Share that link to that stream.
Okay, but you haven't made a video for a while, Hank. So. Don't be mad that I don't remember that.
It was 2 years ago as well.
Okay.
But that was a good stream and as well. So there's a link to like that stream. It's with Christy's word as well because yeah.
Stop. Don't name her.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was a couple.
You mean Christy Winters, your best friend?
That was that was a really enjoyable stream. Hank, I
I'm
did
still
enjoy that.
mad.
It's that's the whole thing. What else? And Funimation, at least in America, not sure about the rest of the world. Satoshi also did a TV show, just 13 episodes, and a self-contained one as well. So it's not like sequels. You don't need to know the rest of the story. Called Paranoid Agent. I recommend everyone check out Paranoid Agent if you're able to do so.
I've watched a lot of Japanese show, not a lot of movies, but a lot of shows. And I'm not racist, John. I love a lot of shows.
I think Miyazaki did really good work on La Blue Girl.
Oh,
You're going to make Jonathan cry.
No, I know John Providence is like joking, as it were. But did you know there's a live action Blue Girl?
Who made?
I don't know how they would
that?
do that. It's tentacle porn.
Oh,
Plastic props.
Mm.
I randomly came across that video.
She fights demons that shoot long dick tentacles.
okay. I want to see that. I really want to. Are the graphics nice or are they crappy?
For the time, they're good.
For the time, they were good. Like
okay,
90s.
so they're crappy.
They're not crappy, but they're just not modern excellence.
No, I don't care about that because one of my favorite manga is the guy who, I forgot his name, the one who made City Hunter and Cat's Eyes.
No, I have to look this up then.
And it's old, but I love his style, and I love his humor.
Is City Hunter
Tsukasa Hojo.
Yeah.
What else?
That it's very soft porn, but
yeah.
I really like City Hunter is my favorite manga ever. I love the humor in it, and I really like his style.
Oh yeah, that's right. Culture Shots. I saw that on your in your Facebook feed and Twitter feed. You have a giant, the perfect blue poster for your living room, and yes, a big fuck you too, like Aaron Aronofsky. Yeah, exactly. Modern.
I'm guessing perfect blue is like what is the thing? Pie.
What?
All I remember is he did the movie about pie. I think it was pie.
What?
I don't remember anything about Darren Aronofsky.
No, Darren Aronofsky.
I don't understand the tentacle porn with Darren Aronofsky.
No. There's no context there. David Scott just like mentioned modern tentacles because we mentioned like the blue girl. But why the Culture Shots? I think why Culture Shots says a big fuck you to like Darren Aronofsky.
Oh, Perfect Blue. It's not La Blue Girl. Okay.
Yeah. That's all. Darren Aronofsky actually had to buy the rights to Perfect Blue, so that like he can make his movie Black Swan, which like when you do side by side comparisons, is like, wait a minute, there's some like shots of like Darren Aronofsky flipped from Perfect Blue. I still enjoy Black Swan.
I really don't like Aronofsky.
Okay, yeah. He can be pretentious. So.
No, but when Requiem for a Dream came out, I didn't get it. The why everyone liked it. That movie made me sick, and not in a good way. And Pi was so fucking boring. How can you be boring like that? Well,
Darren Aronofsky managed to like do that as we're and that's
and
cool.
I never watched Black Swan as a consequence because I think Aronofsky is one of the most overrated director ever, with Tarantino possibly. But you already know how I feel about that motherfucker. So
yeah, and great Culture Shots. Darren Aronofsky did solo themes and plots and shots from like it's just
I'm not surprised.
That's cool, Joe McClure, that you were like
he's
a little
wonker.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool though, Joey, that you were like Little Slugger for Halloween 4 years ago. Little Slugger being
Who's
main
Little Slugger?
the main character from one of the characters from Paranoid Agent, which is also the TV show that like Shikoshikun did. I mentioned that earlier. And man, now Mithril Claymore, I did, even though it has like a agent bit, I did actually watch all of Claymore, and I really did enjoy Claymore or something like that. And my oldest brother had read the manga. I really want to like read the manga because it goes into detail how that organization works, and it's just like, oh, it's not fun. That's the word. So like, I need to read the manga of Claymore. It is really good. I really enjoyed Claymore as well. I have not seen recommended.
Yeah, The Fountain is amazing. I forgot it was an Aronofsky movie
because it's the one that's
really
not
good.
A psychological thriller.
Yeah, that movie is really good. But is it good because of its cast? I think it is.
It's cast. You mean the one guy who's the entire movie? Yeah. No,
and Rachel Weisz. Stop it. She's amazing in that movie.
Rachel Weisz is like pretty good.
I mean, I'm kind of in love with her, but I saw her in The Mummy with
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser. That movie is so good.
It's a fun movie, yeah.
Those are fun movies, yeah.
It's very silly, but very good.
Clay Seymour.
Shut up, David.
I see what you're trying to do there. It's not working. I think we're gonna go to call the stream there. We just spend the last hour just like talking about like movies and something like that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go back to my smuds.
Check out the Blue Girl. I think you'll like it.
Yeah,
I don't think you'll like it.
Well, yeah, I don't think.
I mean, it is tentacle porn, but
it's funny. If it's funny, I'm going to. If it takes itself seriously, I'm going to hate it.
I don't think it takes itself seriously.
No, I don't think.
Then I could like it.
I haven't seen any of it in like 20 years.
I mean, to me, it was like one of the most fucked up things that I've seen, and I've seen some fucked up things. As it were, so it's like, it was like parts of it, like I don't enjoy this part of it. No, it's like, and sometimes it's just like, this is just weird. Yeah, so yeah,
it's classy tentacle porn, it says Joe McClory.
She comes from a long line of sex ninjas. The Blue Girl does.
Tentacle porn is mostly fine when it's not animated, I think.
When it's not animated.
Nice pictures that don't move.
Pitches as were. I have a Twitch channel. There's my Twitch channel. I have a YouTube channel. I haven't put anything on it for months. Gonna eat a lot of peaches. Pitches. Moving through the country. Gonna eat a lot.
Okay, what's the difference between the I and the EA in pronunciation?
Beach or
because last time I was talking about the beach where there's the sea and all. You thought I was talking about a beach.
B versus E. The I is never pronounced with the long E noise.
Okay.
But sometimes it's I, sometimes it's I. But never
okay. It's a sound between and E.
Pick. Bitch, not beach.
Okay, I don't know how to make that sound with my mouth. I think it doesn't exist in my language.
Probably, yeah.
Probably not.
I should try though.
Anyway, I'm Summer Geek on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I might stream later tonight, but like I have to like come back from like watching the movie. Not sure if I'm gonna be streaming later tonight. It's not. So that's my pitches.
Does it have shit in the description though? No.
I don't think my Twitch channel is in the description though.
No, but you didn't put your Twitch. Oh yes, you did.
I will rectify that. I can rectify that right now.
Our YouTube channels are in there though. And Tavi's Twitch channel is also in there.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh, that's your Twitter.
I don't have a pitch, but as always,
There's your Twitch.
if you can send me money, I'm not saying no, especially this month, because that's oh my god, yeah.
And later on,
Anyways,
yeah, and your PayPal is in the description.
yes, but yeah, I'm going to try and have a loan from the bank, and if I don't, I'm probably going to beg again. So yeah, you're warned. Because in my country, you can't get a loan if you are deemed to not be able to pay it back.
Yep, you go to the bank, prove you don't need the loan, they'll give you the loan.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. So it's possible that I will be unable, even if it's for a very small loan. So, anyways, I hope I crossing my fingers. Is that how you say it?
Crossing your fingers.
Crossing fingers.
And yeah, wish me luck.
There's both of my fingers being crossed, all four of them.
Thank you.
So John Brockman, you are part of another podcast.
Yes, Dungeons and Debacles, a D&D podcast. A lot of fun, totally different from this. I mean, I still make the same sort of totally out of place, off the wall comments, but I pretend to be a dragonborn while I'm doing it.
You sometimes also making good puns that like.
I forgot that you played a dragonborn.
Oh yeah, you're playing dragonborn now. Yeah.
Yes.
You also sometimes
Warcleric and paladin of Bakhmut.
Oh, the dragonborn in my party is a paladin of Bahamut too. Well, it's a dragonborn, of course it is.
So yes, Dungeons and Debacles, like a lot of fun, very different from this. Then
and Julie doesn't have anything to pitch because she is boring.
Honestly, I'm off the internet these days anyway, so
charity links, which is also in the description. So
I go like on Facebook twice a week and on Twitter twice a week, and
I'm off Facebook entirely, and I'm happier for it.
Yeah, but I miss you.
Well, if you were on Twitter, you'd see things when I make random comments like the
Yeah,
Republican Party is like a bed. It's full of
see
lies.
Horrors if I were on Twitter more often. So,
but anyway,
but being off Facebook means I no longer have to worry about interacting with my family.
Benefit there.
Don't have to worry about my aunt coming in and saying the U.S. is good. Actually, the U.S. is an evil empire. We fought the Nazis.
I forgot how good the Biden memes were.
Back in the day,
I miss the Biden from that time.
Back when he was useless and we didn't have to worry about him doing anything, or didn't have to rely on him.
Back when he was just a meme.
Yeah,
a funny meme, a prankster for Trump. That it was so funny. Those memes were amazing, and that one is really good.
Wait a minute! I forgot to mention. We forgot to mention the stream title. 1417. All dogs are good.
Oh, 417 ADAG. Related to 1312. All cops are bastards.
Oh, okay.
I see. And or like 1312. All cats are beautiful.
Yes.
All right then.
You haven't sent us any pictures of Mylan's cat, so I can't add Mylan's cat to the rotating lineup of cat pictures.
I will send. So.
And also dogs. Wesley's a good dog.
Yeah, but there's no dog here.
But I have a dog.
Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, you were talking about the pictures.
The pictures that on the YouTube.
Yeah. Anyways, I think it's time for me to go to bed because
it's like we're fucking off there.
Grandma's tired.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody. Remember,
bye.
Stay safe, hydrate, medicate, masturbate.
Yes.
See you soon.